What up? It's your girl Sham, aka the Music Plug, and I'm here with
your boy Nascent, Saba,
aka Grammy Award winning producer and tallest Mexican.
Oh God, yeah, officially.
How are you doing today?
I'm good, yo. Thank you. Just a little tired. Just we had a release last night, so it was fun. I just a little tired but excited and just happy that my baby is out in the world.
I mean, this weekend's been kind of a movie for you.
Yeah.
I mean, how are you feeling? Are you on like a little bit of a high?
Yeah, I think it just, with me, I gotta like remove myself from the whatever's going on so I can be, and let it all sink in. Even like yesterday, it happened so fast, but I don't even think I took my phone out once as we were like, doing everything, because I'm trying to just be more present and,
Definitely.
And be in the moment.
Yeah. I remember when you sent me that album, I was so excited, first of all. It was such a great opportunity for me. But when I listened to Lil Chris, I think every time I listen to it, like tears just streamed down my eyes. It's so emotional.
Yeah, man, because it's like, it's supposed to remind you almost of, I think that, this is me telling my story or whatever, or putting my stuff out there, but I think that, I guess it would remind you of your childhood, or remind you of something, something like that.
Definitely.
And there's a lot of emotion. It's definitely the arrangement, musically, everything would bring that out.
And I feel like there's always a cinematic side to your music. You add a little bit of skits here and there, and I mean, other than being a producer, I mean, I feel like you do direct on the side a little bit.
No, man, I just be trying to get my ideas out, but I leave that to my boy Zach.
Please, if I keep looking back,
to do it, but I do be having these ideas, and they help me get them, execute them through.
Definitely. I mean, but I will say, if you do your research about Nascent, you do have a film called Top Floor.
Yep.
So you do direct, and you do write a little bit.
I was trying to do something different. It was 11 years ago.
Yeah.
Damn, I did that. It was for a beat tape that I did with one of my friends. We used to make beats together.
Yeah.
And I was trying to figure out a way to like, how do I say, like promote the beat tape rather than just dropping a link. I was like, man, it'd be cool. We did like a visual for it. And then I had my boy Brandon, who's been someone that I met in Chicago like over 15 years ago probably.
Yeah.
He's a director. And then it started as an idea and it turned into a short film for some reason. And it was a way to just like use the music from the beat tape and put it in the short film. And it was cool, man. I was just having fun. Like I don't give a fuck. I'm like, I'm gonna just try some shit. And if it doesn't work, then it's on me. If it doesn't, then it's on us. We did it. But yeah, that's crazy because I haven't talked about that in a long time. Yeah, it's crazy.
I watched it and it was.
Yeah, it was just it
was cool.
There were so many things I would have did differently now, right? If I was actually gonna do a short film.
Yeah.
But man, I remember I had got my homegirl Coco Bedell to do it, and she just looked cool as fuck. She just has this look to her. My homegirl Denise too. She had this look. It was a cool little thing going.
Yeah.
Aesthetically, it was fire. But yeah, those are some things I did back in the day for sure.
I mean, you're always trying new things. I mean, even on this new album, you have all these these people I would never put together. I mean, you put Maxo Cream, BJ the Chicago Kid, Paul Wall onto one track, and then you have Nux and Papa Rod. I mean, it's people I would never put together. I mean, how do you come up with these things?
I think a lot of times it just be like I just be in my head a lot sometimes. Like, I just be thinking of shit like with Paul Wall and Maxo and BJ. A lot of it I just let go and let life kind of put it in front of me.
Yeah.
So like with the Maxo song, I heard the beat. I made the beat for me and B Butcher made the beat for another artist, and it kind of just sat around. Nothing was gonna happen with it, and I started messing with it again. And when I started messing with it, like I was messing with the tempo of it, and the key of it, just kind of like, and I don't know, for some reason I heard Paul Wall all of a sudden, like I'm like, yo. So I took Drive Slow acapella and I put it on there, and I was like, oh shit, like this is actually tight as fuck. I said, bet. I made it my mission. Like I'm gonna get Paul Wall. So whatever. I'm going through the motions, and I eventually get to him.
Yeah.
And I was like, you know what? I'm like, it would be better if I had like an idea. Like it's easier for the rapper to already just put a verse onto something that already has like a concept or a hook. So I think one day BJ called me. He wanted to get in the studio, and we happened to go to True Studios that day. And I was like, yo, bro, I'm like, can you put something, like, can you just shoot at this? Like, put, let's throw some paint on the wall on this one. And he started messing with his voice, pitching it up, pitching it up. That's why he came up with Spin the Block.
Yeah.
And when I heard it, I was like, oh yeah, this is gonna be this. I'm like, all right, cool. Now I got something. So I went to Houston, got the verse from Paul Wall, went back, kept working on the album, went back to Houston, got the verse from Max and Cream, and then I had, then I had to kind of like do a little post production on the song. Matt Hines was someone that helped me with that on the production, and we took it. We just made it a little bit less, just more exciting, a little bit less repetitive.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I pulled up. Like I went to get my shit done because I feel like it's just a better experience to be in the studio and like
Definitely.
people to kind of just like fill you out. Like because these guys didn't know me, but now we have a relationship, and now I know moving forward, like even for their projects or whatever I end up doing next, they'll be down to do it.
Which is so dope. How did the Nux collaboration
So the
come
Nux
together?
thing, the same thing, man. It was like
I love UK rap.
Yeah. I have heard of Nux already.
Yeah.
And randomly, I got in with Pop Pop Rod, and we started doing the song "Hold Me."
Yeah.
But it was a totally different beat,
Really?
like a totally different vibe. Like it reminded me of some like, the beat originally sounded like on some, I don't even know what I would say. It was like very like indie alternative sounding type shit. It was cool.
Yeah.
And then just one day, I was working on an album in Atlanta, and I got in with John Key, one of my friends. And he's this amazing producer, and like I got in with him, and we were just fucking around one night, made some dope that made the beat for "Hold Me," and I think I was still smoking. I was still smoking at the time, so I was on some high shit. And I remember I was like, "Yo, what if I woke up? I remember I woke up in the middle of the night, and I was like, "Yo, what if I took the vocals from that Pop Pop Rod song that I did months back, and put it on this beat that we did this like last night?" And when I did it, it was in the same key. And I was like, oh shit. And it just felt like, oh no, this is like, you know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. And a lot of times with music, it's like good food. Like you don't gotta think about it. If you eat something that's good, you're not sitting there like, this is good. Like you already know it's fire. And with music, I'm like, I don't want you to think about that shit. Like I want you to know as soon as you're like, oh, this is like, that's my goal. Sometimes, you might miss, it's subjective, right? So sometimes maybe one person may not think that, but for the most part, you know what I'm saying, like that's always the goal.
Yeah.
For sure.
And how does that producing process go for you, like from start to finish? Is it different for, I mean, it's probably different for every track, but like, what is that day to day, I guess, when you're producing a track?
It depends on what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
I don't try to put too many, any bound, I don't try to put too much around my creative process. Like I don't really like saying, oh, I'm gonna go in and do something for this, unless that's the actual like real purpose is actually really gonna get done.
Yeah.
I don't really do music to pitch to people because I want to be intentional with my stuff.
Yeah.
But I also like respect the creative process, like as far as like we have to create freely and kind of let just let the magic happen, the magic, you know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
If it can. So I do a lot of jam sessions.
Yeah.
And then I get a lot of samples from a lot of great producers that make samples, and I'll I'll literally do that, or I'll do jam sessions.
So it just comes from organically, basically.
Every time, yeah. And like even like with the Nux feature, like they had hit me up to work, and I went to the studio, made up some music for him, and then we got along so well. I was like, fuck, I'm gonna shoot my shot. Like, yo, bro, like, what do you think about this right here? Like, that's just fire. I'm like, would you want to hop on it? And like, bro, hell yeah, I'll get on it. So then like a week later, he came by the studio and did the verse, and it was just a dope little like, I don't even know. Again, life just made it happen. So I never sat there and thought I'm gonna put Paul Wall and Nux. I did think about that with Paul Wall and Max. So once I got Paul Wall, and I said, yo, I always want to work with Max. So this could be like some Houston shit in the sense of like, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So
that's dope.
Mm-hmm.
And minus the bullshit, like, it was kind of born out of some of the heartache you're going through. And kind of came out of some troubled times, basically.
A lot of loss.
A lot of loss. Mm-hmm. How, like, what was the inspiration behind Don't Grow
Loving Soon was me. It was right when I got nominated for my first Grammy with Kanye. And my parents came to Vegas because that's what the Grammys were that year. Yeah. And they had brought over these tapes they found. And I told them to bring them so I can convert them when I got back to LA. Yeah. And when I went back to LA to convert them, I remember I sat in the car because I was so like eager to see it.
Yeah.
Because I hadn't seen him since I was probably that age, and when I saw those videos, it was like it was weird, man. I just felt like all these memories just like rushed at me, and I don't know. I felt like a little bit. It was a little bit of sadness because I was like, damn, I totally forgot about this.
Yeah.
Like in a child thing, and also I was like, damn, like I'm still carrying things from my childhood that I should already have like healed, put to rest, confronted, talked about. So once I started like, in therapy, I started bringing those things up and having that conversation with my parents. It kind of made it like, it gave me more understanding of them and more compassion. Like, okay, cool. Like, if I was 21 years old, I know how I was at 21, and I had a kid. Like, I was an asshole at 21. So like, I would have fucked up with that kid. You know what I'm saying? I'm being just like honest.
Yeah.
And our parents try most of our parents, right? You would think that they would try their best, and give you the best they can and what they got. Because then, if you really want to go deeper, how they were raised was even more probably traumatizing, and that's a stigma within Black and brown cultures that therapy and all these things are like it's weakness.
I was just gonna ask you. I was like, you said therapy. I'm like,
yeah, it's weakness.
I mean, we both come from immigrant families. I'm Indian American, Mexican. I mean, we all. It's like therapy. Oh my gosh, why would you do that?
What have you been through? I've been through worse. So then
just get over it.
Yeah, and it's like and it's like, and then you think about it, they've probably been through way harder times.
Absolutely.
But the thing about trauma is it's unavoidable, and you can't escape it. Everybody's gonna have a little bit of it.
Yeah.
And but that's like a little seasoning, man. You know what I'm saying? It's like, because the music come out amazing a lot of times through those hard times. So like when I started going through those things, I became like, I was like, all right, cool. Like now I can start this Don't Grow Up Too Soon album that I always wanted to work on, because now I had a different meaning to it. You know what I'm saying?
That's beautiful. And honestly, like, being such a big producer and talking about mental health, I mean, I feel like you're already breaking a lot of...
Yeah. I mean, I wasn't, like I said, I started going right before Minus the Bullshit, like 2019. And that came out 2021. So probably like, 2 years before that, I started going to therapy. Yeah. Just because, because these all came at once. Like a lot of heavy losses, and I was like, oh shit, I need to go talk to somebody. Because even for me, I'm like, all right. You know what I mean? Pitbull? Yeah, great. Man, damn, I think I saw him running on that way over there. With a leash? Yeah, with a leash. Yeah, over there, yeah.
Damn.
There, you got you. Hey, man, we really out here.
Yeah, we really are.
We really out here.
And then going back to being Mexican, I feel like you always find a way to incorporate it. I mean, we're incorporating it today. Yeah,
we're here, man. We're Plaza de los Mariachis. Never been here. I mean, I lived in LA for so long, never been here, but I thought it'd be cool. I'm like, yeah, you go to the studio and whatever, make a beat. I'm good. Come on, let's vibe out.
And I feel like you're all about authenticity and keeping it real, and we're keeping it real right now.
We got loose pit bulls outside. We got, you know what I'm saying? We a lot of helicopters flying over us. So I think it's cool, man. And we smell the taco lady.
I don't know, those tacos look bomb. I know those tacos are fire.
Yeah, so I feel like it's cool. It adds more to the environment, to the space.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you've been working for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, just, you don't ever give up. And that's one thing I wanted to talk about is your persistence.
Yeah.
I mean, I read somewhere that you stared producing when you were 14.
Yeah, I started making beats probably, right?
Beats.
Yeah,
okay.
making beats at 14. I took an interest in music, and in high school, I just knew that's just what I wanted to do.
Yeah.
And I remember when Food and Liquor came out, that was one of the albums I studied top to bottom with my best friend at the time in high school, who we did everything together. Like we did music, and he DJ'd, and I always looked up to him because he was like one of those people that just learned how to do things so fast. And it would take me.
I'm so jealous of those people.
I'm like, damn, I'm talking about he can draw, photography, make beats, DJ. I'm like, I'm like still stuck on this thing. but I bring it up because those moments of like just being so like almost green to like what was to come. And this music industry, whatever the fuck you want to call it, is janky as fuck. And it could discourage a lot of people from wanting to even continue to pursue it. And but it's like one thing that I would tell all these people, bro, is that these guys are not that smart, and they don't even got that much money. And so that's why when I tell them, and I'm saying in that sense of like, when I tell them like, yo, how much I want for whatever, it's like, oh, they can't wrap their minds around it because, I don't know, me, like, I'm the last person to ask how much you think I'm worth because I'm gonna overvalue myself. I may not even overvalue myself. I just think I'm worth this much or whatever the case may be.
Yeah.
But it will do that, and it's not real. You know what I'm saying? I think we gotta stick true to having fun and being free. That's where the magic comes. You know what I mean?
Definitely.
Yeah.
I mean, how do you stay positive when you have a setback? Because I feel like I experienced one setback and I'm like,
Yeah.
I should just stop right now.
Yeah. I mean, I have those moments of like I have those moments where I'm like, fuck, man. Like, I'm just like, what,
Yeah.
But I think life has shown me a lot throughout this journey that anytime there's a setback, it's actually an opportunity to learn how to flip it and how to be like, it wasn't actually a setback, it was actually working to my advantage, right? And you had to just figure out what it was.
Yeah.
Going back to my first trip to New York, I was supposed to work with someone, it didn't happen. I was I felt all types of emotions, but it was more destiny for me to be there because then leaving New York, I left with, working with 50 Cent, right? So it's like, that showed me like, oh yeah, like, ain't shit I can't do, and not even that, it's already for me. It was already there for me.
Yeah.
So like, I don't get caught up in none of that shit. Like, I know exactly what wasn't for me and what's about to happen, and I already knew that this project's gonna be whatever it's gonna be, and I'm just stubborn too. So like, it's like I don't listen. I'm just like, yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just gonna keep going, even if it takes me a year, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's like, yo, this motherfucker's stupid, bro. Why are you still, you know what I'm saying? But that's how I honestly, truly feel, and that's how it's gonna be.
Yeah. I mean, it's all worked out for you. I mean, You've kept going, and now you're a Grammy award-winning producer.
Yeah.
But you're one of the most humble people I've ever met. When I met you, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, you wouldn't even know. You just keep to yourself. You don't talk about it, and you just do your thing.
Because they're just like, it's really cool to be recognized.
Yeah.
And there's like also a thing within our maybe like community or within our world that like, it's like, fuck the Grammy, I don't want that, I don't care. And it's like, yo, we don't do it for that reason.
Yeah. But
if somebody or a group of people want to recognize you for something, like, who doesn't want to be recognized for their work? It's like somebody saying, oh man, fuck these bitches, man, fuck love. It's like, bro, go fix that shit, because you know that if somebody you was interested in was checking on you, making sure you was good, saying they love you, you would want that. So you just need a hug, man.
Yeah.
And it's like, hell yeah, it's not the motivation, but it might be the reward, right?
Yeah.
Even if we do or don't get it, it doesn't matter. Like, so I don't get too caught up in that, because I'm not motivated by those things. I'm more so motivated by just like continuing to create freely and also just have my peace of mind.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? And my money, give me my bread, like pay my, you know what I'm saying? Run that shit.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, it's so funny. Like, I'll be listening to a song, and I think I was listening to Carousel by John Vinyl.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, oh, this beat is so fire. I'm like, I wonder who produced it.
Yeah.
I pressed the credits. I'm like,
oh yeah, it was me and Coop. Yeah, Nascent and Coop. Yeah, yes sir. Yeah.
And I was listening to She Think by Ken Jams and Buddy, and I'm like,
Oh,
this
man.
beat is so fire. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, oh my gosh, it's Nascent.
Yeah.
You show up in so many of the credits, but like you would never know because you don't boast about it, you don't talk about it, you just do your thing.
And also, like, I think it was probably something that I was still trying to figure out within myself.
Yeah.
I liked being the background person where it's like, oh my God, I didn't know you made that. I didn't know you did that. It was cool to me, like, oh shit, yeah. But then it's like, oh shit, I'm probably missing out on a lot of opportunities or a check or something. So I had to make the decision of like, yo, am I gonna play the background or am I gonna be like in the front? Like, let's do it, like full out.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what, fuck it, yeah, I'm with it. Like, I'm gonna just be in front of it and let them know exactly what I did, and so they can put it together, because everybody else is doing it and they're not even that nice. So it's like, hell yeah, put me on my phone. Can you hear what I'm doing? Shit, you know what I'm saying? So like, yeah, it's time.
I mean, how is it navigating? Because you're a very authentic person, you're real. How's it been navigating the music industry? Because I'm sure you've met people that are the complete opposite of that.
Oh yeah, I don't really hang around with those people or sit at that table. I try to keep it really close knit and tight. I see a lot of weird behavior, like a lot of oh, my brother this, my brother that,
Yeah.
but the whole time they're gatekeeping opportunities from their brother. They're trying to take more publishing than their brother, trying to cut them out of the events to their brother. So I'm like, yo, I don't want to be your brother. I'll be your fucking cousin, acquaintance, motherfucking. Like I don't do that. So it's like I don't understand that.
Yeah.
And that's like I don't understand why it's all this fake camaraderie because there's not even enough money to be fake camaraderie. Like people are fighting for crumbs because the music business exploits everybody. And
I remember Issa Rae. She said something around like
Yeah.
how the music industry is way harder than even the film industry. Like,
man, that's crazy. And so that yeah, like I said, I don't like getting around all that energy. I see it though, and and I'll call it out. I mean, I'll fucking call it whatever.
Yeah.
Not to say I'm perfect either, because I'm not. I know there's a lot of things I got to work on, but there's just certain things that's more so like setting like morals and like principles, and that you can't bend on.
Yeah.
And so yeah, it's just really weird, and it's like very cloudy. And again, if that's what you're motivated by, then that's what it is. So, but I'm not really. That doesn't motivate me at all. I really care less.
And you don't gatekeep. Like,
No.
I think it's one of the things about you is you always like. I think you said like, you support the artists like when they're small and then they grow really big. I mean you've been a part of some of these like Saba's. You've been part of his career for a while.
Yeah,
and
long time. Yeah.
you provide opportunities for small artists and watch them grow, which is
Yeah, because I mean,
grow
that's
with
it.
them. Honestly.
Yeah, you grow with them.
Yeah.
I think that it's a way more. It's just to me, it's a better experience to grow with an artist and help them out, and in return, you also you guys are both helping each other out, because if they do well, then I mean you do well too. It looks good, you know what I'm saying? But like it's just more rewarding for me. I don't chase big placements at all, because I understand also like those people have their people already, and that they trust, and it's like if you get in, you know what I'm saying? If you get in with them, if you get in with somebody that can help you out, and like then cool. Like I mean, obviously I'm not saying like don't like set your goals to not to, but to me it's more of a flex as a producer to break an artist than to get a placement with a big artist, because that person's already at a level already.
Definitely.
But it's harder though. It's definitely harder for sure to break an artist.
Who's been some of your favorite artists to work with?
I love working with Maxo. I loved working with Sailor. Sailor was really fun. She was cool. I'm trying to run through my album. Like Saba. I love working with Saba. Duckworth. Love working with him. Bash was really fun. I've done stuff with who have I worked with. I'm trying to think. I worked with so many people. It's just like I worked with so many people. Oh, Orion's son, like off top. Orion, like she's one of the. To me, she's like her pen reminds me of like Bill Withers, where it's like it's so conversation poetic. It's like it doesn't even feel like you hear a song. It always sounds like a song.
Yeah.
Like it's like very very like wordy, and she reminds me of a Bill Withers, as far as like her pen is just so beautiful.
Her music is so peaceful. It just it makes me feel so calm. It just calms me down if I'm stressed. Honestly.
Yeah, straight up. Yeah, they're the best.
Yeah, I loved your song on Big Brown Eyes. It's just
that's man. When we made that, we're like, oh shit. I was like, damn. It was so funny too, because that day I had bought these Jordans. It's so funny because I had bought these Jordans I always wanted as a kid. There's the playoff, the 11s, the black and red 11s.
Yeah.
I remember I saw them at the mall. There's like a resale store, and I'm like, how much? I was like $700. I'm like, fuck it. I'm gonna get this shit, because I'm like, even though I was like, I shouldn't be buying $700 shoes, but I'm like, man, I've always wanted that shoe. So the second day I wore them, because they were dead stock from 2012. I get out of the car to go to the studio with Orion, and the sole of the shoe just comes off.
I'm dead.
And I'm like, fuck, I was so mad, bro. I was like, no. So it looked like a wrestling shoe when I was done with it.
Yeah.
And I was like, and then for some reason I had like an extra pair of shoes in my trunk. Not shoes, sandals, like some sandals.
Yeah.
So I just got sandals and socks and jeans on. I'm like, fuck, go to the studio. And then she's like, bro, I just ripped my fucking, my shirt. And she was fucking a hole. She was the whole shirt. I was like, bro, I just ripped my shoe. She's like, man, I'm having a rough day. I'm like, me too, bro. And then Bianco came by the studio,
Yeah.
Karim came by the studio, and we just started with the bass line. And then that was it.
And just
And
grew from that.
and it was it was a dope session. And
So beautiful.
And we made a very, like, one of my favorite songs I've probably produced in a long time.
That's one of your favorite songs?
But yeah. And also Jordan Ward too. I love working with Jordan.
Yeah.
We have this cool little like synergy world that we have where I just like pitch his voice up or I'll just put him on all this. Like, that's my guy.
And
I
a lot of
love
your
him.
artists are from Chicago, right? Like at least some of the you're
Some
good.
of the
'Cause
core, but
Saba,
like Saba's from Chicago,
Duckworth.
but Doug's from LA.
Oh, he's from LA,
Jordan's
okay.
from St. Louis. Orion's from Philly. Trying to think who else from Chicago. Chance from Chicago. I worked with him. Yeah.
How do you feel like how growing up in Chicago affected your music or impacted your music?
It influences so much.
Because they have some dope artists coming out,
Yeah.
dope sounds coming out.
Dope
of
sounds,
Chicago.
yeah. There's so much rage in the city. I
Yeah.
think in Chicago where you have rage, you have soul. It's all just like in this, like, it's just all there. And I'm very heavily influenced 1,000% by my city, by who came from my city. Kanye West, No ID, Bugs. Yeah, I mean, who's from Chicago has a lot. Like, man, you got a lot of Chaka Khan's from Chicago, Quincy Jones from Chicago. I think people from Indiana gonna be mad, but Michael Jackson, we gonna claim his dad because Gary's only 20 minutes away. So that's a hot take right there. Nah, but you feel me?
Yeah.
Yo, straight
There's one
up.
Chicago artist I really want you to work with.
Who's that?
Mick Jenkins.
Oh yeah. Oh, so me and Mick have a bunch of like 3 songs that we've worked on.
You heard it here.
Yeah.
They had
it's
3
really,
songs.
Yeah, and it really. I love Mick. He's so. His voice is so one of one. An amazing rapper, good dude.
I feel like a lot of his projects just didn't. I feel like they should have been nominated for sure. Because
Yeah.
his projects are fire.
And they play the Wrap It Up music. Damn.
Yeah, and you're independent.
Yeah.
Tell me how that's been. Have you ever been given any offers to sign?
Oh yeah.
Anybody?
I've definitely been offered some stuff.
Yeah.
And then when I come back with what I want, I think they don't hit me back.
Yeah.
And it's because it's like I'm trolling. Like, I don't even want to go over there.
Yeah.
Because y'all just gonna have me in like Fast and Furious riding camp. I'm good. And no offense to that. I'm just saying I'm not doing that. I don't work like that. I'm someone that is intentional with my world, and I'm gonna stick by that shit. And also, and it's like, also too, like I feel like when you're recording somebody, you should try to at least show them what you can do, as opposed to just trying to get them to come with you and sign. And I feel like if that's the case, then we'll have a price for that too.
Yeah.
If you're not gonna court me, at least take me on a date, take me somewhere. Like, I want to just get straight to it. So, but I'm independent, and it's very important for me to remain independent and to also like give the information for free, and for anybody that wants to, that's in this music and this business, because ownership is everything.
Yeah.
And we have to build equity and think a little bit more long term. Think more about not just now. Think about at least 10 years from now. But unfortunately, we're not taught to think about the future. We think now. We gotta get the bag right now. We gotta do this now. And a lot of that now thinking fucks us up in the long run. So it's like, so, and that's how, I can talk all this shit, right? But it's like, you gotta put your money where your mouth is. So when I go and do these albums and I'm doing my business, it's very transparent, fair, and everybody has a piece of the pie, right? Everybody has equity, and that's the most important thing.
What's advice you'd give to producers or artists who are trying to be independent?
I would say that if they're trying to be independent, I mean,
because it's hard. Like, what if you do get a really good offer? I mean, how do you?
Yeah, I mean, you could always
have that
leverage,
faith in
and
yourself?
I don't want to come off as like, oh, fuck any deal, right? Because if I would have got what I asked for, then I would have been signed.
Yeah.
But I didn't get it. But my advice is like, always try to like make sure you have some money on you. Even if you have a job or a side hustle or whatever you do, make sure that side hustle is not gonna get your ass in jail. You know what I'm saying? But that way you can be out here still making music, making moves, but always keep some kind of money on you.
Yeah.
Because it's never cool to be broke, man. And there's no shame in hard work. And when I was working with 50 Cent, working with Lil Wayne and Chance the Rapper, up until 2014, I had a job. And I was working at the mall, I was working at a restaurant, I was working at a warehouse. I did all type of job because I just never could hold a job. I was just fuck. I'd always say I'm quitting. Fuck. I didn't quit. I would just walk out because I knew that I was gonna do music. So I was like, I'm not building any type of, you feel me? Like, I'm not building any type of tenure
You don't need
here.
their references.
Nah.
please.
And that's why my boss got mad and he fired
And
me.
that's
And that's on my
that's
bullshit.
bullshit,
Yeah, because I walked out on his ass, and because it was some bullshit.
Yeah.
But always like, man, just ask a lot of questions. Ask a lot of questions. I don't care to get mad. Ask questions, and always, and just keep some money on you, man. Even if you have a job or something, and obviously, be respectful of the craft, and like, you know what I'm saying, be responsible with that magic that you have.
Yeah.
Because this is all magic, man. Like, and we're not the source of it. We're connected to something that's giving us what they want us to say, right?
Yeah.
So that's why I feel with this album, from the jump, it felt special. It felt different. It felt totally different from the first one.
It's very. I mean, all your personal projects are different. There's nothing like that out.
I appreciate it, man.
And what's next? I mean, what can we expect from you?
I don't know. I mean, we're gonna continue with the rollout for the album.
Yeah.
We got some real cool things coming out in the next few months.
You're always thinking about the next thing. Too.
Always, yeah. The next thing, yeah. I mean, I know, my next album is called Already Won. They just forgot to clap, and that's just like an ode to the underdog. If you ever felt like the underdog, you ever felt like you had to do more just to barely get by, or everybody's always down you, but you still it's for those. It's for that, for that group of people. I think everyone's felt like an underdog, and that's what it is.
Yeah, I mean, well, I'm super excited, and I'm excited to see what else you have with this rollout. I mean, you have merch coming out.
Got merch coming out. Got I got merch coming out for show. I got some other surprises. It's gonna be dope. It's gonna be just as intentional as I was with this album, the rollout, because we can't be lazy, man. We got to set the bar, and we have to, have fun, create a world, a universe, because this is essentially an escape. And just like my favorite movie, Beetlejuice, or like those Tim Burton created universes and worlds, and Quentin Tarantino did the same thing. So I think it's fun. It's fun to have fun, and we shouldn't be too cool to have fun and just and express ourselves, So,
Well, thank you so much.
man, she already know what the fuck going on. We had to do this, man, because I felt like it was, I just felt like we had to do it like this. We had to do it here in LA. And I found so many artists because of your page that I found Sailor. Like, we gotta make sure we include that in the interview, that I found Sailor Goon, but she was my Sailor now, because of your page. And I was like, yo, this girl got an amazing ear, man. And so like you have a very bright future ahead of you.
Thank you.
And that's why I want to give you this interview, because I felt like, I don't know, motherfuckers want to do the cloudy shit. And I'm like, man, fuck all that, bro. This is someone you have a great ear, and you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna do it right. You know what I'm saying? Like
This is one of those things you never know who's watching, because I think you followed my page when I had like maybe 200 followers, something.
Yeah.
And you really never know who
know
likes your content.
You don't know. People are watching, and So yeah.
That means you better follow the Musiq Plug if you want to be discovered.
If you want me to discover,
you could be on his next album.
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna find it. Sure, I will, man. I swear. I promise you. So yeah, you need me Sailor Goon, because she's a thank you. Straight up, for real. But thank you though. Thank you for coming out. Thank you for taking the time.
Thank you for having me.
And we out here, and they're playing our Wrap It Up music right now. So we gotta get the fuck out of here. You know what I'm saying?
I'm so excited to see this.
Thank you.
I be having a little spaz.